We are live. TC Backer family, Revolt family. We are live from Wembley, Texas. Great state of Wembley, Texas. Sorry we're late, man. We had some technical difficulties, but we're here. We're here. That's all that matters. We got some fine-looking gentlemen over there at the Revolt retreat. What's going on, guys?
Where are they at?
Oh, can you actually see us?
I can actually see you guys.
Oh, look, right there. This is weird hearing him fucking talk.
I know. It is weird.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like God speaking to us from down below.
Yes. He is. This is kind of like God.
From down below.
From down below. Yeah. No, but man, this is awesome. Like Chris said, we apologize for the delay. We had to finish up our last exercise, and then there has been technical difficulties that we're working through currently still. Diego's been a lifesaver, like Eric said earlier. But the show might go on every week. Doesn't matter from Colorado. We're always going to be behind ToolBelt at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or
Mountain time or Western.
8:40. That's not that late.
Yeah, that's not bad. We're only now 40 minutes late. So hopefully everybody in the building is sharing this out so we can get some pretty good view on it and get traction. So Eric, give us a little bit about what's going on around here.
What is going on around here? Fuck. We lost sound for a sec. We've been doing some crazy shit. There's some rock wall climbing. We just did some woo-woo breathing. For those of you who don't know what woo-woo breathing is, it's basically like if y'all know what like Wim Hof breathing is that you do before ice baths or during ice baths. You do a long session, right? So we did 5 rounds, and it was about probably 45 minutes. And I've done that before, and it was super. Ooh, the echo's gone. Thank you. Stop doing what you're doing because that's perfect. You get really in touch with shit. You start to tingle. You're doing these really hard, harsh fucking inhales. Like, luckily, everybody keeps their eyes closed, so you don't have to look at anybody because it'd be embarrassing as shit. Right? A little bit. You know, like you have to really let your guard down and like trust everybody that's around you. Right? It's a really intense thing. I've done it a handful of times, and I intend on doing it again. And one of the things I'll tell you that he didn't talk about was that, you know, when we did the scream thing. So like I did that literally a month ago in this program that I'm working in right now with my coach Clay Moffitt. And like that is we had to do it at night, and you're doing it at your house, right? And before the session, he told us to bring a pillow. And we're all like, what the fuck do we need a pillow for, right? And we get to it, and he's like, okay, so you needed 2 pillows, one for your head and one when you scream. And so we literally had to like lay there, and when he was like, go, and we had to like throw it on our face because we fucking screamed like everybody did in there, but in our house at 10 o'clock at night. Yeah. So we didn't wake up our entire family. Like, it was wild.
And the neighbors.
Yeah, but it's like just, you know, being here and being with all these guys and with all these men, it's like it's life changing, right? It really is transformative. If people are willing to get outside of their comfort zone, do some uncomfortable shit, and be open to going all in. And if you're not willing to go all in, just stay the fuck home.
Yeah, and we talked earlier a little bit out there at the rock climbing wall where it's like we've surrounded ourselves around like-minded people, right? Like some of the, you know, I don't even want to call us like powerhouses or figureheads or whatever. Like there's just people of integrity in this building this week, and the integrity, the trustworthiness, the transparency, the authenticity.
There you go.
You know, how genuine everybody is and how open you can be with just about everybody here.
Yes.
You know, and I say just about everybody because there's a few people that I haven't even talked to because there's like 70 couple of us here.
Well, and you're kind of an asshole.
I am kind of an asshole.
Yeah, I mean,
right. And I'm stuck up and snob. And
a little bit.
Don't like people in general.
Right. You smoke Camel Crushes.
I do.
Yeah.
And I hide. I go and hide.
I haven't found your hiding spot yet.
Good.
What do you mean good? You're supposed to invite me, asshole.
Good. Well, if you notice, I keep the truck close by. I'll sneak over to the truck.
Do you like hide down and like hide in the corner?
Yeah, I do one of these.
Not in it though.
Yeah, in it.
Oh, you're smoking in it?
Yeah.
In the rental?
It's a fucking rental.
I think they frown on that.
Well, it's around. That's what I keep saying. I look at it and I kind of laugh because there's a sticker there that says it has a cigarette with a circle.
Big circle.
It says no smoking. I laugh.
And just blow smoke right on the circle.
I often wonder if they put a camera in the vehicle just as.
Oh.
Can you hear?
The one thing I will say, I was surprised it did not smell like smoke.
No, it doesn't. I'm pretty good about it. Put the windows down.
Yeah.
Don't run the air so it goes to
Yes,
the
I used to-
system. Now we lost it. You good?
Nope. Check, I'm
no,
back.
no.
All right, don't fucking move anything.
You know
All
what?
right.
It could be that cable.
It
That's
might
not
be
one
that.
of our
It might be.
XLR cables there. Bob, you want to jump in
We're
over
back.
here? Because I know you want to get on.
Well, here, you don't need
Chit chat.
the fuck you want me? Fuck, it's this is a combo show. This is Be Authentic or Get the Fuck Out and Live Behind the Tool Belt.
Hell yeah.
That's what's happening here. Baker,
So
can you
Eric,
still
I
hear
got
us?
a question, man. I got a question about this breathing exercise.
Oh,
Let's go
hold
back to that for a
on.
second.
Baker, you are super fucking quiet, so maybe yell and I can hear you.
Yell like the breathing exercise.
Okay, I can hear you, but everybody out there needs to shut the fuck up.
So
Everybody in the hallway shut the fuck up so we can hear. Okay, go ahead, Baker.
So with this breathing exercise, what are like some of the benefits that the reasons that you guys do that? Like what's the benefit of it?
The benefits of the breathing exercise. I am not a scientist, or so I'm told. But I know that there is some science behind, like it activates the vagus nerve, which is like brings calming mechanisms into your body and calms you down. That's one of the big benefits. You're overloading your body with oxygen. And then I will call all of my scientist friends to find out exactly what that does. But I know that oxygen and massive amounts of oxygen in your body is good. And I think it helps blood flow, circulation, and inflammation. I also could be completely fucking making that up. Bob, do you know?
No,
The shit sounded
Okay.
good.
It sounded like really fun.
But it sounded really good, didn't
really
it?
did.
Yeah.
It's like, goddamn, Eric is a lot smarter than I thought. he
Yes,
was.
yes. I can trick a motherfucker into thinking I know shit.
Now,
Well,
I mean,
dude,
one
listen,
thing
I'm
that
gonna
I
get
can
home
do,
about
like,
10 o'clock and I'm gonna
Oh,
scream in a
hold
pillow.
on, Baker's talking. Baker, go.
I said I'm gonna get home about 10 o'clock and I'm gonna scream in a fucking pillow.
Yeah, but that's just because you're
work
used
for
to
a
having
live
pillows
actor.
in your face. That's yeah. Sorry, I went too far. All right. Oh, we have to do like pauses so we can hear you because it's like super quiet. Can you hear us well?
Oh, I can hear you guys perfectly.
Okay, because I'm just gonna go Baker go, and then everybody has to shut the fuck up. Baker go.
So what are you guys doing down there, man? What's some of the activities you guys have been doing with the Revolt?
There's like a gay sex club, I think, on the second floor. I could
Makes sense.
I could be wrong. Oh, you're back. He's back. I can hear him now. There's an echo, but I can deal with the echo as long as I can hear Baker. Yeah. Bob, why don't you do that? You tell him what we've been doing here. I've been talking too fucking much.
So, if you know anything about 100 Blue, there's always some kind of relay. So we did a relay yesterday that was all over this freaking campground.
We did do that.
And one of the good friends of mine's here, I think his Apple Watch said that we ran 3.87 miles.
Somebody else's Apple Watch said 1.7, so somebody needs to return their Apple Watch.
Well, mine said like 2 point something. So,
Wow,
yeah.
Jesus, what a difference.
So I would think it was freaking 4 miles.
Yeah, but I mean, I think really the worst part of that, like running, whatever, that's not a big deal. The really fucked up part was in the beginning because I think Dylan ate baby food, right? I had some hot ass, I'm gonna like rip your asshole apart habanero peppers that just like, I mean, it took an hour for me to feel my mouth hole again. But the point of it is that we're not just down here doing a bunch of dumb shit, right? Like we're doing physical activities, we're doing bonding exercises, we're doing all of these different things to be able to bring a group of men together to learn how to connect, to learn how to be better humans, to be able to not only level up your business, but to level up your personal life, your family life, your business life. All of those things intertwine, right? And if you don't work on all of those different stages in your existence, and one of them starts to dip, then your entire life will start to dip. And the purpose, one of my purposes of being here is to be intentional about learning where I'm starting to slide slide so that I can start to come back up again and keep all those levels at a higher level.
Well, and I mean, we sat there last night around the basketball court, and we were just talking about, onboarding and new sales guys.
Right.
And I was asking you questions, and then how you came up with a new process that you plan to use,
Shit, and I forgot to write it down. Fuck, do you remember what it was?
I do.
Okay, good. God damn, if I don't write shit down right when it happens, like it's fucking gone. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but thank you. If you remembered it, I'm going to write it down when we're done here.
So, and something else that we're doing, we've had some really cool speakers. I mean, the one guy was talking about self-publishing a book, and I was kind of one of them like, yeah, whatever, but I see the value in that. But more importantly, it's hanging out with guys that are having the exact same problems and just bouncing ideas. I feel like we learn more from just talking to other members than the speakers are great. I don't want to take away from that. But, the bonding that we have and the willingness to help each other out in this group. And I've reached out to a few new members, and at the last retreat, 2 people came up that I didn't even know how they were.
You're so nice reaching out to new members. I wish I was fucking nice like you were. Like, it takes me a good month and a half before I would do anything like that. Like, I am the worst. Like, it's shocking I even have friends, to be completely honest.
I mean, kudos.
There's nobody in this room nodding their head like, no. Like, everybody's like, fuck, he's right. Like, yeah, that's very accurate, right?
No, I mean, you've helped me out. I've called you a few times, and you've been willing to help me out.
No, I know.
I always appreciate it.
Now, my favorite part of the guy with the book publishing thing, though, was when somebody in the back was like, well, what if you wrote a book on how to choose a contractor and you had a checklist and you did this? And I was like, I did that. That was my favorite part.
Did you actually write that book?
Fuck yes, I did.
Okay.
Who do you think wrote it?
I don't know.
I can write. I'm a real writer, y'all. Yeah, I wrote that bitch, 2 of them. But that was my favorite part, and you know why?
Why is that?
Because that part was about me. So that made me my favorite part. Baker, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay,
man.
sorry, we're
trying to
kind of
figure out-
dominating
Apparently,
this
you
shit 'cause
guys
we can't see
are
you.
echoing really, really bad on your end.
Oh,
We're trying to get that figured out here.
Oh,
keep
well,
rolling
shit.
though, man. Keep rolling.
Well, no, we're good. Ask another question.
So, what all speakers have been there? Like, you guys, you said about the book writing guy or whatever. Do you want to throw any names out there of some of the people you guys got to listen to?
It takes me about 3 times playing golf with somebody to remember their name. So, Bob,
gotcha.
do you remember names?
Chandler was the gentleman on the book. His last name is escaping me, but I'm pretty confident Chandler was.
That sounds right. Yep. What was the exit guy? Lance Bachman. Lance Bachman. That was another really good one. I really enjoyed him. He obviously at the very end he talked about building your business to be able to make an exit and what that looks like and things like that. But he had a lot of just I guess what's the word for it? I don't want to call it motivation, right? It wasn't motivation because motivation lasts fucking 8 minutes, right? But he had a lot of information about leveling up and helping you grow and growing your business. He was great. Like I really enjoyed him. He was probably my favorite.
Yeah, and I mean, probably one thing I took away from that the most was just like you've got to get the processes in place.
Yes.
You can't sell. I mean,
yes, because
I mean, our problem is we all accidentally almost became a CEO. You're a little different. You came into your grandpa's place, but for a guy like me that started it from the beginning, I just wanted a better life for my family. And then I look up and now I've got 10, 12, 14 people underneath me that I'm trying to lead.
Right.
And this guy's doing it this way, this guy's doing it this way, and really trying to refine the processes. And it just makes our business run smoother and easier. So,
well, and to that point though, just so you know, like what I came into though was a job. It was just a job.
Absolutely.
Right. Like there was no business there at all whatsoever. Like when I started taking over things, we had no employees, right? So for all intents and purposes, it was nothing, right? And that's the biggest thing that I've learned in the last, decade. And then from him reiterating it, and especially if you're ever thinking about, selling your business is only fucking worth the fact that you have people and processes and revenue. And if you don't have, if you only have one of those 3, it's not worth fuck all. Right. So like you have to have the processes so you can repeat it. And to your point, that's one of the hardest things to do is bringing people in, especially if people have been in the industry and working for somebody else or working for themselves, and trying to get them to actually buy in, to understand the purpose behind the process is so that you can make more money. Like that's the point. So no, he was great. Yeah. Lance Berkshire.
Lance Berkshire.
Bachman. Yes,
Lance
Bachman.
Bachman.
I don't fucking know. I am the absolute worst. Sorry.
So,
All right,
so
Chris,
Eric, I want to shine the spotlight on your buddy there. I didn't actually catch your name. What's your name, boss?
Bob.
Bob Hole.
Bob Hole. What what company are you from? What company do you have?
Whole roofing and remodeling.
Awesome, man. How long?
Spell that because people are going to think it's HOLE, like,
Yeah, it's HOLE.
like that you like Dylan's hole,
HOEL.
but it's not. Like that's not what it is.
It would have been a hell of a lot easier if they would spell it HOLE.
And where
How
are you
long
based
have you
out
been
of,
in
Bob?
I'm kind of in the Indianapolis market, a little further out in the middle of the sticks.
So anybody that's kind of in the Indianapolis market, call Bob.
Bob Hole. Call Bob Hole. How
Oh,
long have you
Bob
been in
Hole.
business, Bob?
Oh my God. Could this fucking hallway be any goddamn louder when we're trying to fucking listen?
Can you guys hear me?
Well, yeah, there's just
Yeah,
banging and shit
everyone's
going
just
on.
being
So
loud.
you
I
just
mean-
got to talk loud.
Bob, how long have you been in business, man?
A little over 5 years.
Little over 5 years.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. What's some of the biggest challenges that you've overcome being in business?
Me being a sales guy by trade, by heart, like really, I feel like a lot of guys can resonate with this, but like handing off them leads and having, depending on your sales team to close them, especially I'm in a real small, I'm not in a small market, I'm in a rural market, so a lot of people like, I went to school for kids, or hell, I went to school with them, so they kind of expect me to come out, and I'm just like, I can't, I've got other things to do, so. And also just I work with my wife, which is the greatest blessing and the greatest pain in the ass all at the same time.
Man, ain't that the fucking truth? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and and part of that's my fault because I'm way more patient with the other team members, and I'm just a lot harder.
Hey, let's dig into that for a second. Sorry, Chris, I'm going to go ahead and riff away here. That is an absolute fact, though, because I'm exactly the same way. I get so easily more frustrated with my wife when she's working in the business than I do with anybody else in the business. I don't know if she's watching right now. I think hopefully she can ready for bed. Hopefully she's not watching this. But I do, like, I will snap so much faster on her and everybody else. I'm like, let's talk about that. Like, how are you feeling about that? Right? Because I think they're so goddamn sensitive. I guess. I don't know, right? I mean, is that what it is for you?
Yeah. No, I mean, and part of my problem is not getting.
I'm going to cut everybody's fucking dick off that keeps talking so fucking loud in this hallway we're trying to film. We can't hear shit. Okay, go on.
Anyways,
I love the energy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just. I got to show her more patience, and I mean, part of the problem is when I try to step in and like guide her, tell her to do this, it always ends up blowing up in my face. And I'm like, hey, what took so long, or why did we fuck that project up? She's like, well, I did what you said. I was like, yeah, moving forward, just do what you need to do.
Just do what you need to do.
So,
no, I get it. That is a real thing, though. That's a real. It's an odd situation to be a part of, but I get it.
And especially like I know the potential my wife has, and I really want to like pull that out of her.
So what you're saying publicly is that she's not reaching her potential.
Yes.
Right.
And
She's way behind and needs to fucking pick up the pace and really start working on herself.
Yes.
Yeah, got it. Okay. All right. Chris, go.
All right, so Bob, what's one of the biggest benefits you feel like being part of retreat like Revolt? The Revolt retreat.
Man, it's being around guys like Ty. That I mean, he's such a humble guy, but the numbers and the volumes that he does in a year, like is astronomical. Being around a guy like Eric that has the
find it. Come on, something good.
I mean, he has a following. He's got a brand. Be authentic or get the fuck out is a legit brand, and people look up to that. And just to probably one thing, and nobody wants to really admit this, but like we all have insecurities and fears, and like at my level of doing, we did around 4 million last year. Like I have all these fears, and at the last retreat, I was talking to Ty, and he's anxious and got fear about opening his next location. I'm like, holy fuck, Ty, you can do that in your sleep. Like, what do you mean that you have that fear? So just to know that, we're all here. And man, we've all got fucked up childhoods, or most of us do. However, I feel like that's probably what helps us be successful, because we know how to fight and scrape and claw. We heard somebody share tonight that they were molested as a kid. This person shared it with a group of 80 men, and he said 4 people knew before tonight.
Wow.
And holy shit. That's powerful right there. And it's a group of genuinely really solid dudes that want to make an impact, be better fathers, be better community members, all that kind of stuff.
And my answer to that is to echo what Bob said, though, is giving so many guys that are in this industry, just because it's very specific to this, the ability to know that they're not alone.
Yeah.
Right. I know. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. But to know that they're not alone, and then that they have other humans that they can reach out to and talk to, and that's a big deal.
The likelihood of you guys running into a scenario with how big that membership has become, the likeliness of you guys running into a scenario where someone in that group has not seen or heard about that same scenario or something, or not able to offer some kind of piece of advice. And just the fact that we're in an age now in our industry where people are comfortable giving away what I would say in quotes, the secret sauce, or not worrying about the next guy, and actually being out there to help each other and grow this industry in the good way, and the way that it's going, the direction it's going, man. I see a lot of the guys that are down there. I'm familiar with a lot of the guys that are down there. And I can only say from the outside looking in that it just looks like you guys have a really, really cool thing going.
It is cool. That is not the best way to describe it.
Right.
Can you hear me through this?
I can.
Okay, I can't. But that's okay. As long as everybody else can hear me, that's all I care about. We're very, let's put it this way. The men in this group are very fortunate to be here.
Absolutely. And, and I know I just, picking on my wife a minute ago about, me being an asshole and all that. But she genuinely wants me to come to these retreats because she sees the man that I come back. I'm a better husband. I'm a better father. I'm a better team member. Fortunate to have my videographer Adam down here with us. And he shot a pre-retreat in Gatlinburg a few months ago. And he came back all just jabbed up. He's like, holy shit, now I know why you love going to these things. So like when I had the opportunity to bring him, he's a young man, young kid, and just to be around this type of men that, we cry in front of each other, and, man, we're not supposed to do that, and it's phenomenal. One of my best friend right now, Dylan Mullins, I met him through this group practically 2 years ago. And just to have that brotherhood,
Did you notice that he said right now?
Right now.
That there's plans for later.
Right.
It's kind of, that's how I heard it. Yeah.
Dylan's on his way out.
Yeah. Hey, Ty, I'm going to have you come back in here because it's 8 o'clock, and everybody should know that Tegan goes to bed at 8 o'clock, so I need to call my daughter before she goes to bed. So I'm going to let somebody else jump in. Chris?
Yes,
good
sir.
Not seeing you, but hearing you. I love you, brother.
Yeah, love you too, bro.
What else you got, Chris?
So do you do primarily residential? Do you do commercial? New construction, retail? What's your game in Indianapolis?
JP, they're tired of looking at your ass, brother. So mainly residential and mainly all remodels. We do a very little new construction and very little commercial. So.
Gotcha. You guys knocking doors and stuff? What's that market like there?
No, unfortunately, we don't knock near enough doors. We just hired a guy that's knocking some. So we tried to build a retail business and just, it's gravy on the biscuit when the storms come through. So
Gotcha. Who do we got joining in here? What's going on, man?
we got JP from Patriot. It's Patriot Construction, technically.
Yes.
What's up, JP? How you doing, man?
How are you?
I'm doing good, man. You enjoying the retreat?
Oh man. So like these guys talked about, like it's unbelievable to come here. And like Bob and I touched on, my wife just makes, she just puts it in the calendar. She doesn't even ask me if I want to go. She just gives me the thing from there and just puts it in the calendar.
You're going, JP.
And we
going.
Just keep going.
Yeah. So what's your biggest takeaway from there, man?
The guys, like hanging out with guys. I mean, it's just rejuvenating. Like I guess they asked the question in the retreat, what this was, and it's clarity and recharge for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to kind of touch on, I go one step further on, my wife is very supportive, but my kids, we've been in this group long enough that, my kids, my son that's 7 wanted to come because he calls Dylan Mullins Uncle Dylan, he calls Hunter Uncle Hunter. So he actually thought it'd be kind of cool to come to Texas, and I hope sooner than later we get that opportunity. Uncle JP.
There you go.
But I hope sooner or later we get the opportunity to maybe bring our sons or our kids and do something like that, as a group.
Yeah. So JP, where's your market at, man? Are you roofing? I heard you have construction. Are you mainly roofing, or what's your business model?
Yeah. So we're mainly we're at the market, Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
So we started off with kids to baths, like most guys, and profit margin and headache for the bath is just astronomical. So everybody's got an uncle or grandpa or their friend Billy Bob can do the job, and he comes over and says how long he did it. And so we just stepped out of there. We stepped out of there and we started roofing, and then we that's our space we're in now.
Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna hop off here and let Jenna hop on. So nice being on, Chris.
Yep, nice meeting you, buddy. So JP, how long have you been in business? I'm sorry if you already said that and I missed it. I'm having trouble hearing you guys a little bit.
Sorry about that. So we started our business in 2019. We have continued to grow from 2019 on as a roofing company.
Awesome. How many employees do you got?
We have 70 right now. So
awesome.
we brought all of our sales guys in-house. There's a big move they made. We're all 1099, but we're doing it the right way.
Right.
So the safest way to like the really get the like the IRS and not like bad businesses to bring everybody W-2. So now we have 7 employees. We have 6 office staff, and then myself. And then the rest are sales guys, production manager, and our road runners.
How hard was it to take that leap of faith, man, and bring some W-2 people in? Because, I mean, if you're anything like Ty, that's family now. Like, that's your responsibility. Yeah. How hard was that to make that leap?
It was. So it wasn't incredibly hard because we always consider them family. But yeah, we're up around $40,000 in payroll a month. So it's just knowing that I got to provide for it. And I don't see like my guy, the COO, he obviously pays the most. And I don't see like him that I'm going to check to. He's got 4 little girls and wife that I know. And see his 4 little girls and wife that I'm responsible for.
Yeah.
So that's
powerful.
I think that's further than just I know those guys that I'm responsible for, not just John, or not just Brooke, or not just Tad. Just had any kids. I see their kids. I see their families.
Yeah. So what's your name? That just popped on. I know you can't see me, so it's probably a little weird for you guys. I can see you guys, but you guys can't see me. I think.
Yes, so I'm Jenna. I'm the director of events for Revolt,
Oh, awesome. Okay.
all of the above. So I come on these retreats just because I direct all the activities and keep everybody together. And I do snack runs. This is my fourth time I've been to the grocery store in the last
Snack
24
runs.
hours. So I'm just here. It's a huge group, from all over. So I love coming to these retreats and meeting everybody and seeing everybody come together.
You probably got your hands full keeping all them knuckleheads under control, ain't?
100%. I don't know how I do that, honestly, especially with Hunter Blue. Like, gosh, he has aged me in the last 2 years I've worked with him.
Yeah, well, it's pretty cool because I hear nothing but great things about these retreats. So the fact that you get to attend all these ones, and I mean, for someone that's probably been to multiple retreats, I mean, what is pretty much the same gist with everyone? Does it get mixed up a little bit? Like, explain that side of it.
Yeah, so every retreat gets bigger and bigger every time. This is the biggest retreat that we've done yet. We're close to 100 people. So we have plus ones that were welcome this time, qualified guests. So we have plus ones. We have a lot of speakers that we brought on this time. And then Revolt keeps growing every week. And with these Revolt X retreats, we're constantly building the community. And, we're really close to hitting our goal of what we want for Revolt, but it's just going to keep growing. With these retreats, I mean, it's basically the same concept, but every retreat, there's something different with it. And there's something that someone brings that's different than the last time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so you're also part of the RoofCon group then?
Yes. So I started out as the events manager, and then I became the director of events last year. So this will be my third RoofCon altogether, and I absolutely love it.
It's not stressful at all for her either.
Not stressful at all. Yeah, I never knew I'd be in the roofing industry. I know zilch. Well, I'm not going to lie. I actually do know some about roofing right now. Don't ask me what anything is, though.
She knows more than Hunter.
Everybody, yes. Hunter will always say, I'm not a roofer. That's just how it is. Yeah. But yeah, I was at SolarCon last week, and Business 411, they came out with the solar manual, and I've read on that, and I'm so interested in solar now, and I never thought that. But RoofCon is a blast. I don't even consider it a job. It's been a part of me, and it's just shaped who I am as a person. And I'm just so grateful for the team and everything.
Yeah, and this might sound kind of bad, but Jen is like our mascot now. Like,
I really am. Yeah.
Is it good?
I think it's good. Yeah. I think that's I made it.
Yeah, and if you ever had an event and you need a cook, Jenna's mom can make some biscuits and gravy like nobody else.
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh my God.
I'm still with my diet right now, but I will keep that in mind.
I'm a biscuits and gravy snob.
Connoisseur.
Yeah, and I was blown away. So
I'm glad to hear that.
So apparently our echo is fixed. If you want to let Diego know, our echo is apparently fixed.
Diego, the echo is fixed.
It is fixed.
He's holding up his hands.
Yes, we are good. I've been fortunate enough. I mean, I'm sure that Behind the ToolBelt crew is definitely always going to keep attending these RoofCon events. I was fortunate enough to go last year, not this past one, but the one before that, and I still have things that I take away from that I still do on a daily basis and think about on a daily basis. Obviously, we're not perfect, but there's still things that I learned from some of the speakers and some of the guys and everything. And heck, it brought the motivation to change a lot of things around the company for Ty, and has changed him and changed the team members that went.
Oh, I bet.
I can only imagine that these Revolt retreats are probably very similar, but in a more condensed format. Not as much speaker oriented or venue oriented, really, if looking for the right words. Mm-hmm. But just the powerful things that you get from having a group of guys, a group of business owners in the industry that actually give a shit about the industry for the right reasons and everything. So it's kudos to all you guys, man, that do this, because that's what makes the industry what it is. That's what's making it better.
Yeah.
Like you guys doing these things and being vulnerable and not being afraid to give away the secrets and all that. I mean, we all know that the secret is hard work. There's nothing else other than hard work, but it's really awesome. I appreciate you guys doing what you do.
Yeah,
thank you.
The cool things about these retreats on so we started, when I started coming to these retreats, I wasn't doing commercial work. I wasn't doing I was just doing residential shingles. And the more relationships that we built over these time, now I'm in commercial work. I've sold like $2.6 million in commercial this year alone.
That's awesome.
And then one of the guys here at the event, he's the one walking us through everything. He's the one that's that's doing the work for us. I just kind of get it to stand on the roof of the phone and get on Facebook and show everybody what we've done. But now we have a confidence level in that because of the members here at Revolt, and it's just been life-changing, actually. So
Yeah, I can only imagine, man. Just having that tool at your fingertip at any time, because I don't think you were on, JP, when I was saying earlier, but I would think one of the benefits is you have how many hundreds of members of Revolt now. I highly doubt that there is ever going to be a circumstance that you're going to come across that someone in that group of people has not seen or knows someone that's seen it, or will at least be there to support you and lend their opinion, and not be afraid that, like, oh, I'm helping competition or I'm helping another guy in the roofing industry. Because I mean, let's face it, man, 10 years ago, you ain't going to get anyone to help you out of a situation in the same industry. I mean, that's like giving away your honey hole in fishing. You just don't do that.
right. Well, even to speak of that, Chris, at my table, my team, we're broken up into tribes here. And at my table, there's a guy that I literally can drive to his shop from my shop, and it's less than 15 minutes away.
Wow. That's awesome, man.
I was in a car with him today. We were going out to do this crazy long hike up this mountain, and we were in the car with him. And I was like, man, this is funny. I'm like, how do you handle this in our market? And the dude's just breaking down like how he does some lead generation in our market, like what works for him. And it's crazy to think that that this guy's like 15 minutes away from me, but he's still willing to share like how he does his marketing.
Yeah.
So
competition is healthy for business, man. And like, I don't know how you guys are over there, but I mean, we're not very far away from you guys. I mean, we're maybe 4 or 5 hours away from you guys. We're in South Central Pennsylvania. So how we handle stuff around here is like, we have the mindset that if you get businesses that work together, all that's going to do is going to benefit the community. It's going to put faith back into the contractors. If we're all working together and we're not, out there jabbing each other and trying to be snakes and stuff, it's just going to put the confidence back in the homeowners. And the only person that wins in the end is the homeowner. And I mean, I think that's what we're all in business to do. Obviously, we're here to feed our families and stuff and support our employees and support our families. But at the end of the day, I think the reason that a lot of us do this stuff is because we're trying to help people. Yeah. And I know that you're around a group of guys that think and act the same way, and that's just how we look at it down here, man. I mean, I know we do a lot of community service events, and we have numerous people that donate stuff, coffee. Like, for instance, we have a company called Belmont Bean that's a local company. It's not a roofing contractor or anything like that, but it's still a local business that likes what we do, likes what we're about, and donates their time, donates coffee, is always there and always willing to lend a hand. And I wouldn't doubt that if we would go knock on another roofing contractor's door, I don't think that they would turn us away. I mean, we haven't had the opportunity to do that, but I think it's really awesome that you guys are so close together. You guys are in the same industry, and you guys are willing to work together to achieve the common goal.
Yeah, I'm actually coming to your guys' place next month.
Oh, awesome.
So I asked Ty, I'm like, hey man, I just want to follow you around. I won't ask any questions. I'll just sit in the back. Like when you ride in the truck, I'll just sit in the back. I'm like, if you guys have a meeting, I'll stand up against the wall. Like, I'll blend in. I just want to see how you guys
better bring some Red Bulls, dog. We're high energy over here, bro.
We got plenty of those here.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's like forever.
I just want to see how it's done.
Yeah,
I just want to see how it's done. So when it's my turn, I can do the same thing.
That's humbling, man. That's humbling. That's really awesome. It's just funny, JP, because I remember I've been with the company. I just hit my 5-year mark, man, and I remember not even that long ago that we probably, even Ty himself would have laughed if we would have thought about the idea of someone wanting to come and look and see how we do it. You know what I mean? And it's like just the leaps and bounds that we've made as a company and as a team and as a family. The one common thing that I hear when people walk into our shop is that you can just feel the energy. You can feel, yeah, dude, you can feel the vibe, you can feel the culture. There's always some kind of laughter going on around the corner, and it's a good place to be. So I'm definitely looking forward to you coming through, man, and checking it out. That's humbling.
Yeah, you said, like, we started our business a little under 4 years ago, and there's a girl from a local school that
her senior year, she wants to be mentored by a business owner, and she picked us. And so like I'm mentoring her, but she doesn't even realize that like I learned how to do business off YouTube.
Oh my God.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean, we're doing around $4 million a year, and we're doing that off of my YouTube education.
Mhm.
So
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I've paid the dumb tax, so I've learned a lot more like along the way.
I
But
think we've all paid some dumb tax, man.
Yeah.
We have all paid some dumb tax.
Yeah.
It's funny because this is our 174th episode. Doing these things, I've got to talk to a lot of people in this industry. And one of the very common things that I hear is like, listen, man, I got into the roofing industry because this was my last opportunity. I couldn't get a job anywhere. I couldn't do this. I was just a fuck up. I was this, I was that. And dude, these people that I'm hearing this from are some of the most amazing people that I've ever met in my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're just humble, good people. And Eric was talking about it a little bit earlier about, a lot of us come from the same backgrounds. And I think that has something to do with why, a lot of the people that are in your events right now are successful because they've all experienced a place that they don't ever want to be again. You know what I mean? And that's powerful, dude. That's powerful. You've hit rock bottom and you fucking have that memory in the back of your head, man. That's the best alarm clock there is.
Yep. So, hey, Chris, I'm going to dip out of here because
Yes,
we're
sir.
going to give Keith and I think Josh the opportunity to sit in the hot seat for a while.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, brother. It was very nice meeting you, man. I'll see you next month.
I'll see you, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna hop off too. Thank you so
All right,
much for.
Thank you for everything you do for RoofCon and Revolt. Yep. Nice meeting you.
Of course, I love it.
TC Backer family. Once again, guys, I'm sorry for all the chaos here. This is kind of a not your typical show. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We still got some people up in here, and we really apologize for the feedback that we had earlier. 174 episodes. You'd think that we have our shit together by now, but we still go through some technical difficulties. We are religiously live every Wednesday. And we work right through the difficulties. So thank you guys for continuing to tune in. And we got some new guests here. What's up? What's going on, guys?
What's going on, brother?
Can you hear me?
Hey, we got you.
Awesome. So who do I have here?
All right, so I'm Keith Overmeyer from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, the Poconos.
Okay, awesome. Another PA boy.
Yeah, man.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
And I'm Joshua Keith with Roofing Technology Unlimited in Houston, Texas.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So let's start with I'm sorry, I am terrible at remembering names. So the first guy, what was your name again?
It's Keith.
Keith. All right, Keith. How long have you been in business, man?
So I've been in business since 2005.
Oh, awesome. Okay. What's your market like up there, man? Are you doing retail? You new construction? What all do you do?
So we do a lot of retail. Got into the store market a little bit, and with the help of some of the guys here, really was able to excel with like the what am I looking for? The supplementing process. So it's so new to us, but yeah, we're still learning that.
Yeah,
retail is primary though.
Yeah, awesome, man. What's your biggest takeaway from Revolt?
Oh man, it's more of the personal growth for me and development, because for so long it's like, want the business to do all this cool stuff, and then always thinking it's the business that needs to improve, but really end of the day you got to work on yourself in order for everything else to kind of trickle downhill and
for sure
start improving as well. So that's, for me, that's ultimately what I took away more than a business gain from it.
Yeah. How many employees do you have, man?
Well, actually it's my wife and I that run the company now, and we just do the subcontractor route.
Okay. But
this is a huge eye opener for seeing other guys that, like, I'm rooming up with Ty for the week. So had a long story
Revolt,
with him.
right?
Yeah, dude, so cool. So like telling him I saw him on the behind the ToolBelt for a long time, and we clicked, man. And the story that he has is super parallel to mine as well. And last night probably had about an hour and a half conversation after dinner, and man, it's possible, right? And he did it and shared so much with me. So that was really an amazing
after dinner conversation. And yeah, it's cool, man. He's a cool dude. Really awesome.
Sure, man.
A couple days with him.
For sure. We're definitely blessed, man. We get to come into work every day to that guy, man. He's high energy. I don't think that I've ever met another individual that would ever outwork him. He just has that no quit kind of DNA. It's kind of built into him. He's definitely a good dude, man. And you're not far from us either, bro.
No, and that's what he was saying too. And maybe, here in the near future, link up and do a shadowing along or something like that. Because I could, what we could learn from you guys and see what you guys are doing would be so valuable on any angle for us.
Yeah. Like that's JP just said that was hopping on here, and it's like I told him, that's humbling, man. That's humbling that there's other people that we're at the point right now that we don't even realize. I don't think that we really even realize the impact that we have. We just we're kind of in autopilot. We've over the past, I want to say since probably about 6 to 8 months before COVID, we've been really hyper focused on processes, procedures, figuring out how to make things duplicatable to open new locations and all that kind of stuff, and just putting the right team around us and putting the right people in the right seats on the bus is kind of what we call it. So yeah, dude, it's really cool. It's really humbling that someone will want to come shadow us while we're just chilling here in Dover, Pennsylvania. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And what Ty was sharing with me at dinner yesterday was like, you guys are so focused on the team and what you guys can do for them. 10, 12 years ago in the industry, it didn't seem to be that way. It was just like, how many squares can you get down? How much money can you make? But, some of the stuff he was saying last night, like you guys have, the focus correct, and it's showing in every angle.
Yeah. We had a side conversation. I want to say it was 2 weeks ago before our episode of Behind the Tool Belt, because we're all super, super busy during the day. We hardly really get time to like just separate and just bullshit about random stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of it's just business during working hours. But we were just bullshitting, and it was funny because we were both saying like, man, like, we had a gentleman, kind of telling, he came into our operation here and was checking everything out, and to hear his feedback on how much we have our shit together and how great everything looks, and like, really digging into our processes and like saying like I've never seen anything like this, blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, all the time we're sitting here saying how, oh my God, man, like we got to get our shit together. Like this is so bad. Like why are we fucking this up? Like, right. And it's just like, it's so crazy to actually hear like, maybe we aren't fucking shit up as much as we think that we are. But we're our own biggest critics.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I make one mistake, and I'm sure you guys are the same way. It's like, it's so hard not to focus on that 1%. You know what I mean? When we're banging on all cylinders, man, we do 120 to 150 roofs a week. So it's like, we get one leak. It's like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. But it's like,
dang,
1%. Like you can't beat yourself up over 1%. Like
that's nuts.
It's crazy, but to actually hear that kind of stuff, and like, honestly, the biggest thing that I can tell you, man, is just stay focused on the team, because if you take care of your team, they're going to take care of your customers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, so Mr. Houston, Texas, man, what's going on?
Man, what's cracking? What was your name again?
My name's Chris.
Chris, nice to meet you. It's an honor to be on
here. Yeah, man. It's good to have you guys on here, man. I like doing these. This is my second episode that we've had where we've had a bunch of guys from Revolt on, man. And I like the energy that you guys all bring.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we love coming out here, man. This is my second member retreat. I joined in November, and it's basically transformed my business.
Yeah. So I got some good questions for you, man. You're down in Texas.
Yeah, what's up?
And that's like that's roofing country right there, man. That's
roofing. Dude, we love it.
Yeah. If any of the viewers don't know, I want to say, this might be just a statistic that I'm pulling out of my ass, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm not any more wrong than the internet. So like, I believe that Texas has the most concentrated population of roofing companies in the country. I believe. Is that correct?
I think it's true, but I think a lot of them aren't out doing, there's a lot of contractors that are just, one referral month type of contractors. And so they consider themselves a contractor. But, when people are pushing, and there's a lot of people that need help in Texas. And so I would say, there's a handful of companies that are really doing good work for people all across, especially Houston. There's a bunch of people that I know that are doing great work, but there's also a lot of people that are just doing, I'll sit on one job a month, and I'm a former 1099 salesperson. That's I'm selling one a month that does me right. So I'm a contractor though. So there's a difference between doing that and 120 jobs, or was it a day? Was it 150? You said a week?
Somewhat. I mean, at any point in time, man, it could be 100 to 150.
Shoot.
Now we do a lot of new construction too, man. We do a lot of new construction. But so we're dipping into the retail game a little bit, and I'm sure Ty has spoken about a little bit what our business model is like and everything. But we do things a little bit different. I mean, up in Pennsylvania, it's a little bit different. I mean, down in Texas, people are expecting someone to come by at some point in time within the next 3 years and offer them a new roof, and they're probably going to get it paid for with insurance.
Sure.
Up here in this market, dude, it ain't like that. There's a lot of
we get a lot of storms down here.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we just had a storm in Katy and Houston that affected 100,000 people.
Wow.
On April 5th, and that storm was needed because we were operating for 2 years basically without really with anything significant, having to go to San Antonio, having to get out of our comfort zone a little bit, which there are contractors that did that, myself included. I went and chased some storms, but the 3-year period is a real thing. That's why you want to push like advanced technologies, you want to push better shingles, you want to push like contractor grade shingles. We're a certified Malarkey dealer, and we like those shingles, the class 4 impact rating on the Legacy and in the Vista now. We like to use, tile, stone coated steel. And it's just, we're trying to differentiate ourselves in that aspect, because we know that, there's wind 50 miles in the Gulf, and there's hail, especially in Dallas. Oh my gosh, that market could get taken over. Just a lot of contractors out there. We'll leave Dallas out right now. They're on their own ball game right now.
Right.
I just did one out there in Fort Worth, and there's a contractor out there running around scamming old people. So I'm just kind of irritated with Dallas in general, because I'm like generalizing, but there's a lot of that goes on too. But every 3 years for sure, they can get paid for because of the storms that come through.
Yeah, then you look at like our market, man. I don't know the number, but I want to say that the average roof life up here is probably 15 to 25 years.
Yeah, sure.
I'd say, you know what I mean? And it's way different. It's a way different market. So like to keep your doors open down in Texas, there's probably a lot more work that is involved. And you probably have to do a lot more to try to stand out as why me?
Right.
You're gonna have 20, 30 contractors coming to knock on their door when that storm rolls through there. Why do business with you? And like, I know that's one thing that we try to focus on up here is like, anyone can nail fucking shingles on the roof.
That's
It's not hard. It's not hard, but like, why do business with TC Backer? Why do what separates us from everyone else that is also GAF Master Elite, CertainTeed certified, like whatever your bag of tricks is,
right?
What is the thing that other company can't offer? You know what I mean? And like just finding that thing out right there is a lot of times what separates you from the other guys.
And I think that's a lot of stuff that we learn in Revolt here. I think integrity is a big part of some of that.
Absolutely.
Not eating a deductible. Hey, next guy he might eat your deductible, but I'm not going to, type of thing.
Yeah. The problem with that, he eats your deductible. He's not going to be here in 10 years when you got a roof leak. Shit.
He's going to cut X amount of corners.
Right.
And, we're hoping that by not doing that, we can get more business. So that's kind of like one of the things that we're doing in Houston. There's a handful of contractors in Texas that I know of that don't do that. And there's a lot of them that do. Matter of fact, from the first company I started with, they were giving me, here, take a quarter. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? I'm like, go cause hail up on the roof. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Like, I don't want to even do that. I'm not doing it. And by the grace of God, I never did that. But at the end of the day, like, if that's how you feed your family, like, that's, I don't know, that immediately disqualifies you in my book, right? If you're willing to cross the line on that, then you're not even worth my time. So if you've got 20 guys and 19 are trying to eat your deductible, and one guy comes and says, hey, actually, you're going to pay, but I'm going to do the absolute best to make sure that this is a product that you don't have to replace in the next 3 years, and it can sustain the next storm, the next windstorm, the things that are going to cause, damage to your house in the future. We're going to do our best to, make sure that we warranty that type of thing. It's,
that's like you're offering education, man.
Well, education is tough in a market like, I'll say Dallas, education is tough, right? They think they're educated because I've had people tell me, oh, well, my roofer, he's going to eat my deductible and he's going to give me a 75-inch TV. Well, I don't got a 75-inch TV. And my first response to that is, your 75-inch TV is going to be covered in water. This water's going to be dripping down the wall behind there because they forgot to flash it.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. It's things like that irritate me about the industry. And, that's part of the reason I wanted to join Revolt, is because being new in the industry, only a couple of years here, like, I don't know any better than to be a good contractor. So I don't want to create bad habits and be susceptible to those, negative things. So,
yeah. How long have you been in business down there?
We started last April.
Okay.
And I've been doing this since beginning of 2021, and formerly, NFL offensive lineman. Played in the CFL as well. I played football.
What team did you play for?
I was with the Los Angeles Chargers for 7 days. So look me up, but it was 7 days. like it was a very short period of time, and then I went to Saskatchewan Rough Riders out there in Canada. It was cold in the middle of summer. It was like negative 30 degrees. It was ridiculous. I was like, so I didn't enjoy that.
Yeah.
I came home and did a little arena for the Iowa Barnstormers, and then COVID-19 happened, and that's when I looked up my Indeed ad for roofing. So
that's honestly probably the most interesting how I got into roofing story that I've heard.
Dude,
out of 174 episodes, that's probably the most interesting one.
It's crazy because I actually called a roofing company, my very notable roofing company in Katy, Texas, is where I'm from. And I called them and I was like, what do you guys do? What kind of margins is really over there? I was selling other things and like water softeners and home appliances and stuff like that. And like, I wanted to see what the margins were for roofing to sell it. Right. And I called them and they're like, well, yeah, if you want to sell for us, you got to like get on the roofs. And I was like, yeah, roofing's not for me. I wrote it off. And there's another company that comes behind and says they offered me a fat little salary and plus commission. And I was like, oh, well, I can do roofing for the salary.
Yeah, I can get on a roof.
I can get on a roof. I'll get on a roof. First roof I ever got on was a 4-pitch. My first step off the ladder, I think, like, I was afraid. I was so afraid. I was like, what am I doing up here? This is stupid. And my first foot, I like slipped because I was wearing hard rubber shoes.
Yeah, they don't make cougar paws his size.
No, they do. They do actually. 14s. They do make cougar paws my size. What size are you, bro?
That's it. You're like 10 inches taller than me.
That's funny, man. That's funny. Well, keep grinding, man. I mean, you're still fresh into business. You are blessed beyond measure being surrounded by the gentlemen that you're surrounded by.
Absolutely.
Being so fresh into there, man. Just be a sponge. Just 100%. Be a sponge.
And that's what I look. That's what I, Keith touched on this earlier. Is like, there's things that open up your mind in Revolt too. Like when you when you're allowing like your ego to stay at the door, like, oh yeah, I may do X amount of million, or maybe not even a million, but X amount of whatever. I'm doing this many roofs or whatever, but there's somebody that's doing better and they've proven the success.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big, like, duplicate that person's success. Like, it's really not that hard. And that's what we were talking to with Lance earlier. And I loved his speak. What do you think?
Yeah, I started following him a couple of weeks ago after I saw Hunter post something about him. And yeah, the guy, seeing him in person, like walking into the cafeteria and running into him face to face, it was like, holy cow, this guy's here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And the networking that's here. Like there's another guy from, I don't know, maybe a half hour, 40 minutes away from where we're at. And, you know, I like the more we share, the more we're going to grow. And, you know, I mean, most of the time you share secrets with people and they're not going to implement them anyway. And,
Sure.
you know, local roofers in our area that like, it's just so tight and you can't, you know, talk about what issues you're going through. But here it's open book.
Absolutely.
Even with competitors, like share it out. Cause like you're going to elevate your market. And
yeah. I mean, a lot of people in there have one of the takeaways that I got from RoofCon 2 years ago, man, there was a gentleman that was up on the stage that was sharing. He's like, you know, he started his gig out like, I'm going to tell you guys all the secrets. Like, I'm going to tell you everything that I do step by step, everything that I do. I don't remember what his name was, man. It was unfortunately 2 years ago, and I saw a lot of people. I don't remember which one it was, but I just remember the point that he said. And he's like, you know, because I know, number one, 95 to 98% of you guys out there are not going to implement this anyways. Yeah. And even the ones that do follow it step by step, I can promise you're not going to outwork me. So like, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about someone coming in and taking anything or anything like that. It's like, all it's going to do is improve the industry. And it's going to bring better value to the homeowners. And I think that's what we're all kind of getting at here.
Yeah. That's what I felt about the book deal. Like, we all have these ideas about the book, but how many of us are going to actually write a book? You know what I mean? Like, I want to write a book, but it's like really about that story I just briefly touched on is like, how the heck did I find roofing? And like, that might be just, you know, for athletes out there, that kind of is a kind of an idea for me, is just like teaching athletes that, former athletes like that are used to being competitive, like really competitive and getting like after it every day and being very disciplined through your day, like working out a couple times a day and going to class. And like, the NFL is amazing. Like, I wanted to play in the NFL from the time I was 8 years old, but one of the cool things for me was like learning that I didn't need the NFL to be successful. Like, you can be successful in many different other things, and business is definitely one of them. And roofing is a great business to get a part of. And so maybe that's just a message to all the athletes out there.
Roofing is a great vehicle.
It's a great vehicle, and that's all that you need, you know, is just one vehicle that's going to take you to a certain point where you're going to become a millionaire, and then you can go do pretty much all the ideas and all the things that you want to do, and just implement your, you know, the same strategies over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But I'm learning a ton, and like I've come into this super humble, like even for the last 6 months, like super humble, like almost like I don't know anything. Like, I'm implementing like a majority of what they're telling me. And so like, I feel like that's an awesome thing to share with other people that maybe don't know that. Right. But like the guys, and I'm blessed, you know what I mean, to be a part of Revolt and like what Hunter's doing here, Michael's doing here. And it's just a lot of fun for me. But I mean,
that's awesome, man.
That's it.
You guys are getting the impact. One of the big takeaways that we hear from that Ty says a lot, man, you know, he's obviously, I see him every day when I come to work, you know what I mean? So it's like, he's, you know, all of our around here, he's the guy that we all look up to here. And, you know, one of the things that he's taken away from it is like, it's not really about the numbers anymore. You know what I mean? The money's going to come with the impact. You measure the impact that you have on people's lives, the impact you have on the community, the impact that you have on your family, and the money comes along with that. You know what I mean? If you're doing the next right thing and you're treating people with respect, you're treating people the way that they need to be treated, and you're doing the right things for the community, all that stuff, you know, money comes with all that stuff. And, you know, fortunately, roofing was his vehicle. Fortunately, we all got to hop on and take the ride with him, and wherever the hell we're going to go, I have no idea. The growth that we're seeing here is crazy. So I don't even know where the hell I'm going to be in 10 years. It's crazy, but I wish you guys nothing but success, man. You guys are definitely, you guys seem like pretty cool dudes. And you guys are definitely around the right group of people. So fresh into your, I mean, the Houston, you're fresh into your career, but you know, as long as you guys are sponges, man, and you guys are surrounded by the right people, I think you guys are definitely going to be successful.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, so we're at 1 hour and 4 minutes. It is late as fuck here. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys.
Sweet.
You guys enjoy the rest of your retreat. TC Backer family, make sure you guys hop on YouTube, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for tuning in late. We were super late today. But as always, we will see you guys next Wednesday, episode 175. Everyone be safe. Enjoy yourselves the rest of the time down there in Texas, boys.
Thanks.
Is it time for a plug? Can I plug myself real quick? Or no?
What's that?
Can I throw a plug out there?
Yeah. Throw something out there, buddy.
Bro, follow me on Instagram, Joshua Adam Keith. Let's go.
Over my roofing.
Yeah, there you go. Roofing technology.
See you guys.
Later.
Facebook.
See you, bro.
Thanks, man.